Hello and welcome to a guide on how to do pit stops in Assetto Corsa Competizione. So, first of all you'll have to map some keys. Now, the keys that you should map should be the ignition, the starter, the pit limiter, as well as the MFD buttons, which are down here. Now, it's also advised that when you are in a race situation, you have one of the indicators bound as well, just to let cars know that you are entering the pits. So, first of all, when you're out on the track, you're going to have to configure the pit stop menu. You can do that either on track or in the pit lane, but just be advised, in the pit lane you will have less time to actually configure it before you have to make the stop. So on the pit stop menu you'll have your pit limiter, the fuel to add, which will not be relevant in GLR, change tyres, which definitely is relevant. To change the brakes, you have to enable the change brakes, select driver, which doesn't work in multiplayer currently, as well as the repairs. So, to change the tyres you have to log the change tyre setting to yes, then you'll be allowed to choose a tyre set. So when you're choosing a tyre set, it's important to note the white circle next to the tyres. On a worn pair of tyres, this circle will be grey. On a new set of tyres, it will be white. Below that you can change the compound from wet to dry. Then you're able to change the pressures for all four tyres to what you want it to be. To change the brakes, you simply log the yes option on the change brakes function, and then choose which set of brakes you want. So you have different sets of brakes to use throughout a race. This is not typically used during a 1 hour session. This is typically used over a 3 hour to 24 hour race. Now the suspension and bodywork. To toggle the bodywork setting, you first have to toggle the suspension setting, which takes a bit of time to do on the G29, which I'm using because of some random bug at the moment. When you've logged the suspension to no, you can also change the bodywork function. If you have minimal damage, you shouldn't have to change any of the repair options to yes. If you have major damage, it's very much advised that you go yes and yes to make sure your car is fully repaired. Just be in the know that when you change these to yes and you have major damage, your pit time will go up. So to actually go through the pit stop, we're on the GLR server at the moment. It is as simple as driving up to the pits, making sure you turn your pit limiter on in gear 1 before you enter the pits. Now make sure you're in the fast lane of the pits until you come into actually turn in, which if there are no cars in front, maybe also you can turn in easily before you hit the pit box. Turn your ignition to off and stop inside the pit box zone. After that, when your tyres are being changed, you can turn on the ignition again, and when your pit time is at 1 second, you can start to press the starter button, and then with full throttle your pit limiter will be on,
pressure, stay away
and
from
you can
curbs.
leave the pits. Make sure you don't deactivate your pit limiter until you are past the GT pit out sign.